Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Kohn. Janelle has the night off. A new push now in Congress to open the door for Montana and Wyoming coal exports to Asia. Montana Senator Steve Daines, along with Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, teaming up now to sponsor a new bill to clear a path for the proposed Millennium Bulk Terminal to be located in Longview, Washington. That proposed bulk terminal project has been stuck on hold since the Washington Department of Ecology denied the project's water quality permit last fall. Earlier this year, an appeal challenging Washington State's jurisdiction over the project also failed. But now a new strategy emerging in Congress. Senator Daines and Senator Barrasso backing a bill they contend will create hundreds of jobs by expanding trade opportunities for coal from Montana and Wyoming's Powder River Basin. Now, this bill clarifies that the Clean Water Act cannot be used as a weapon to prohibit coal exports. Lighthouse Resources CEO Everett King, whose company is behind the project, says the legislation will ensure that Clean Water Act decisions remain about water quality and not used for what he calls an improper purpose. Citing the demand for Montana's low sulfur coal in Asia, Daines says it's wrong for Washington State to block access for Montana coal to make its way to Asia. He says, quote, "This bill will ensure our state's abundant resources are no longer gridlocked by activist bureaucrats and will spur high-paying Montana jobs, empower our tribes, and importantly, strengthen our national security." And Montana Attorney General Tim Fox says this bill is an important step to depoliticize the environmental review process. Quote, "Montana," he says, "is a commodity-rich state, and our businesses need reliable access to overseas markets." Daines says this proposed $680 million export terminal has the potential to create between 300 to 400 good-paying mining jobs. He says completing the terminal will allow coal from Montana's Decker Mine, the Spring Creek Mine, and the Crow Tribe's Metal Project to gain access to Asian markets. In South Billings tonight, Billings fire crews scrambling to the scene of a mobile home fire on Micro Circle near Sam's Club. The call came in shortly before 8 o'clock, and fortunately the blaze was quickly extinguished. No word yet tonight on what sparked the fire. A woman was inside the home at the time. She was transported to the hospital as a precaution. A dog and a cat died in the fire. The firefighters were able to give oxygen to 4 kittens on scene and tell us the kittens will be okay. This incident tonight is still under investigation. Officials now say the car fire that's burning near Redding in Northern California has destroyed more than 1,000 homes. It's one of 17 big fires burning in California. Mireya Villarreal has more.
Giant flames as high as 40 feet roared into this Lake County community, forcing firefighters to take quick action. Get in towards the front. Crews rallied to save homes as the Mendocino complex fire continued to show just how unpredictable it can be.
The winds kicked up, the temperatures kicked up, the humidities went down, and then we started getting really erratic fire behavior. This
fast-moving wildfire has already charred 140 square miles, and it's still only 24% contained.
This is the easiest way to get rid of some of the hot spots that have continued to pop up over the last few days. You attack by air so that your ground resources are working on other parts where the wildfire is growing.
Farther north, in and around Redding, California, some evacuees were allowed to return to neighborhoods where more than 1,000 homes were torched. Officials have confirmed a 6th-person, 61-year-old Daniel Bush died in the fire. July was a devastating month for California. The state has already spent more than a quarter of its firefighting budget for the entire season. Today, Governor Jerry Brown sounded the alarm.
Over a decade or so, we're going to have more fire, more destructive fire, more billions that will have to be spent on it. All that is the new normal that we have to face.
This is what will be happening for the next few days here on the ground. Crews will come in and by hand they will be turning up the ground with their tools and water hoses. They want to make sure in any of these hot spots that everything is put out and there are no possibilities for flare-ups. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Lakeport, California.
Montana firefighters and resources now heading to help out in the fight against those California fires. Columbus Fire and Rescue among those crews. This photo posted on their Facebook page. And we can tell you earlier this week, crews from Missoula, Columbus, Livingston, and Butte also answered requests for emergency management assistance.
The need is great there, so we're making personnel available here to go out there, and depending on what you're doing on a fire, you're driving or flying out, and you're spending 14 to 21 days on assignment helping there. It's not entirely altruistic because we have every expectation that our fire season in Montana is going to pick up, and then other areas that are quieter will send help when we ask for it.
Now, this very thing happening on an international scale this weekend. As many as 200 firefighters from Australia and New Zealand set to arrive in California to help battle the West Coast fires. Al Ness says they'll likely be there for a couple of months, assisting where help is needed. On to our weather scene now. Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire joining us. Bob, pretty hazy out there today. And you've got a map that kind of shows where all that smoke's coming from.
And where it's going to. Let me show you. We start off, this is the way it looked in Butte tonight. And as you can see, it was kind of smoky. Couldn't see some of the mountains off in the distance. So let's get right to it. And as you see this graphic here, the green area shows where we have some light smoke. The yellow areas, that's the heavier smoke. And you'll notice little black arrows, that's the wind direction. Those little pins, that shows you the size of the fire. The red pins, those are the big fires. The little black pins, those are the smaller ones. You'll notice we do see a little bit of light smoke moving into western Montana and also the eastern edge of the state. Eastern edge of the state, that's from Canada. But the big yellow ones, they're going to follow the jet stream and all the wind and right up into Montana in the next day or so. And because of that, look what's happening to our air quality. Across the state out in the west, you'll notice everybody now has kind of ticked up one notch to moderate air quality. Here in Billings, we've returned back to good air quality, except for Bernie and Broadus. They're also right around moderate this time. Anyway, we'll have your forecast coming up in a few more minutes. Jay?
All right. Thank you, Bob. Healthcare providers asking state leaders here in Montana to move quickly to reverse a series of state budget cuts. Last week, Governor Bullock announced that the state would be able to restore perhaps as much as $45 million in cuts made over the past year. State Health Department Director Sheila Hogan, along with the governor's budget director Dan Villa, holding a listening session today in Helena to discuss the budget priorities. As many as 150 people on hand for that meeting today, another 100 connected by phone. Providers talked about the impact the cuts have had on mental health services, substance abuse assistance, along with targeted case management, and most today agreed the cuts already have had a significant effect on their ability to provide care.
I think we will be able to provide the services once we get the money reinstated, but it's going to take us a while to build those services back up. We've already let some of our counselors go, and like I said, cut back on the satellite services and administrative staff.
Hogan and Villa say they hope by September they'll be able to announce which of the cuts can be restored. With actor Alan Alda's recent announcement of his diagnosis, Parkinson's disease again thrust into the national spotlight. And in recent days, one Billings gym is taking part in a unique program to help those with the disease combat their symptoms. Q2's Connor Pregetzer tonight shows us.
Here in Billings, people battling Parkinson's are fighting back against the disease. In some cases, quite literally. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On Mondays and Wednesdays, a class of students all struggling with the disease gather at Rock Solid Martial Arts to take part in a boxing fitness class aimed specifically at those dealing with Parkinson's. The program is called Rock Steady Boxing, and gym owner Jonathan Waterfall tells us that his gym was already named Rock Solid before he bought the program into his business, and that the fit has been natural in more ways than just the name.
The program mirrors what we do here because martial arts, just like the Rock Steady program, is just about, improving your life quality.
And those knees, breathe.
But really, it's just about improving your overall health and your overall confidence and your self-worth, which is the same thing with the Rock Steady program.
This type of training has been clinically proven to slow the progression of symptoms in Parkinson's patients and can be adapted to participants of all physical capabilities. After just a couple months in the program, participants are already starting to see results.
I'm stronger, and I have just have a better outlook and a more optimistic outlook. There's no more poor me because I'm fighting.
But to the students in this class, it is about more than just their physical health.
We all understand each other. If someone tips over, we're all like, wow, we do that too. There's no judgments, and it's a great group of people, and we're all here to help each other.
Jonathan was certified as a Rock Steady program affiliate this past March, And in the time since he has brought the program back here to Billings, he already has a flourishing class of around 14 students.
Steadies for me. Rock steadies for me. 1, 2, 3. Rock steady.
Reporting from Billings, this is Connor Pregetzer, MTN News.
Good story. Thank you, Connor. Now, for those interested in the Rocksteady program, you can check out rocksolidma.com to get more information. Coming up on tonight's 10 o'clock news, this company is taking a bite out of the stock market in what could be a record-breaking month. We'll tell you about it. Plus, this man is doing the two-step with the Yellowstone bison. The bison isn't happy about it. Later in sports, a wild finish between the Billings Royals and Lethbridge tonight for the state AA Legion title. Scott shows us who wins the championship.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Kohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.